Forza Horizon is almost here, and since E3 we've seen a lot. Screenshots, a trailer, a few facts here and there, but there's still a lot of questions that haven't been answered yet. So when I was invited to a special preview event at Auto Concierge in Los Angeles, I thought it would be a good time to sit down with Dan Greenawalt, Creative Director of Turn 10 Studios, and pass on some of the more commonly asked questions from the Forza Horizon Community Forum. Is there going to be a demo for Forza Horizon? And if so, when will it be out on Xbox Live?
Yes, there will be a demo. I don't know when it'll be on Marketplace. I wish I could answer that. Justin, do you know any dates? October. There's a 30-day window. 31. Me not so good with calendar, I guess.
Can you run out of gas in Forza Horizon? And if so, are there gas stations to refuel?
You will not run out of fuel, and there are no gas stations.
How many miles of road are there in the Forza Horizon open world?
We actually haven't taken a measurement. It's a giant world, and we basically built it out by collapsing a lot of the great roads we captured and altering them to build great driving roads. So there are hundreds and hundreds of miles of road. I don't know the square footage. And it's not all paved. Some is off-road. So there's 65 different service types with different types of gravel and grass and the like. And there's a lot of cutting through a lot of that you do. So that's one reason it's kind of hard to measure, is there's road and there's off-road, and some of the things are a little bit of both.
Will players be able to adjust the amount of traffic they'll encounter?
No, there is no adjustment for level of traffic, though it does change during the time of day, and it does change with different events, and it's regionally specific. So some areas are more dense than others, like near the festival or around the urban areas, whereas some of the more rural freeways have less. So it was actually done based on kind of a simulation.
How deep will the tuning system be in Forza Horizon?
There's upgrading, and there are upgrade files, which traditionally in Forza have included tuning, but there is no specific tuning of gear ratios, spring rates, dampers, things like that.
Will players be able to open and close the tops on cars that are convertibles?
It's a great question. There are lots of cars that are spiders, but the tops are down.
Will players really be able to drive anywhere they want to go in Forza Horizon?
Yes and no. So if you see something in the distance like a mountain or a city or something like that, you can get to that location. But if you're talking about every little square inch you can see on the map, like the bottom of a gully or, over the side of a deep cliff in some ravine where there would be no way to get your car out of it, we don't allow your car to drive in it. So as far as view distance, yes, if you can see it, you can drive there. But as far as, again, every little square nook and cranny, we blocked some things off because they would, the user would get trapped or get stuck, and we just didn't want to get into that.
Can you talk about how the barn finds will work?
So the barn finds are a cool mechanic. I mean, they're littered throughout the world, and you hear a rumor over the radio that, hey, there was a new barn find found in this area. It's random which ones unlock first and which ones you hear about. And if you get into that location, it doesn't show on the map exactly where it is. So you kind of got to hunt for it, and there's exploration there. But then once you actually run into it, basically voiceover tells you, okay, that's great. We're going to go reclaim this car, and we're going to restore it. It'll be added to your garage in a while. And so it takes some time. And after a while, it gets added to your garage, and you can go pick it up.
Can you give us any new details on how multiplayer will work?
So it is 8-player multiplayer. And you can set up a lobby that would be free roaming, so you can actually have 8 guys just free roaming the world. Of course, there's also the other styles of gameplay, some like cat and mouse and the like. And some of those are some are the entire world, some are kind of a little arena to make the gameplay better. So there's a lot of different styles there. We actually looked at having multiplayer baked into the world, and the interesting thing that everyone would know if you've played some of these games, you can't actually find a race because it's always like, hey, do you want to race? Bye-bye. I'm going over, or you get somebody smashing into you. So the truth is, what we found is, and it's very clear in our data for Forza 4, but it's also clear playing these other games, when you want to do multiplayer, you want to do multiplayer. When you want to do single player, you want to do single player. And it's a very different motivation. So we focused on putting multiplayer always at your fingertips. So you can hit the pause menu, go to multiplayer. You can back out, you can go to multiplayer. There's multiple places to go to multiplayer, and then you set up the type of lobby you want, get your friends in really quickly. So we made it not about randomness, because the randomness we found generally led to random unfun behavior and focused it more on timeliness, that you can really find what you want to do very quickly.
Last but certainly not least, will Porsche be in Forza Horizon?
Uh, you were playing the game. There are no Porsches in the Horizon car list as you saw it today.